It is super important to reduce the number of servers where you're receiving information from to load your page. If you're loading information from, for example, from 10 different servers, 10 different web servers, then your page is going to be slow. And if one of those web servers has a delay, your whole web page is delayed in turn. Imagine an aeroplane wanting to take off and there's a queue and 3 planes are ahead of you, and then there's a problem with the plane right in front of you. So you can't take off because there's a delay in the plane in front. This is the same thing that happens when you want to load resources from another server, from different servers. Each server needs what's called a DNS lookup, a domain name server. So basically, it has to do that lookup before it can actually download the information. So there's 2 steps that need to be taken. Let's have a look at the waterfall view now to see how that actually looks in a waterfall view. And then you'll see exactly why you should reduce the number of resources being loaded from third-party servers. Let's have a look. We're going to work on the New York Times site here. Let's go down into the waterfall view. And you can see straight away what's going on. You probably got this tip already where we sort on the domain, and we can see all the different domains here where the information is being loaded from. There are so many different domains. This is an example of what not to do. On and on and on and on and on and on and on it goes. Each one of these needs a DNS lookup. And you'll see it over here in the waterfall chart. Can you see when it starts on a new site, it actually has to do a DNS lookup and it's got to process the SSL. That's taking time. As you can see from the grid here, it's taking 22 milliseconds to do the lookup, 282 connecting, and then 208 processing the SSL. That's a lot. So that's half a second just on one DNS lookup. And how many do we have in here? So half times around 30. That's 15 seconds of DNS lookups. So what is important is to reduce these number of lookups and try to load as much information on your own site as possible. Now, this is not always possible. It depends on what's going on. So that should give you a really good indication now of reducing those different sites, which then reduce the DNS lookup and the SSL processing. And remember the analogy of the airplane taking off? Every time you link content from another website, your website is at risk. If that website goes down, it might sit for 2 or 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, waiting for the content. Your website is paused while that's happening. And that's why you must reduce these lookups as much as possible.